Okay, so let's see what comes up for you, Taurus. Okay. And we have the Ace of Swords. Nine of Pentacles. And we have the King of Swords. Okay. Now let's pick your archetype card. Okay, we got Teacher. All right, so how this is going to work is this is the backdrop card for your entire reading. So this is going to affect all three cards. Okay, and your positions for your three tarot cards are physical, mental and emotional, and spiritual. Okay, so the physical and is basically what's going on around you in your world in December. The mental and emotional is not physical, but everything else. Okay, so it's your feelings, your attitude, your thoughts, and your emotions. Okay, and then spiritual is not, what religion to be or not to be, but spiritual card is basically letting you know what about yourself. Are you living to your truest and highest self, and what you need to do to attain the next level? Because we never get to the top. See, this is like, some people may think, well, I don't need to level up. I'm doing pretty good in the spiritual department. Well, guess what? We all need to level up, because just when we think we get it, there's more to get. So keep in mind, physical, mental and emotional, spiritual. Okay, so for your attribute card, we got Teacher. Okay, and in a positive way, this can affect you by your ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. Okay, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. And the negative, if this is coming up for you negatively, it's manipulating or abusing students, meaning people learning from you, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. So like if so like sabotaging your trainee, or not teaching somebody the right way, teaching them, kind of not great. Okay. And so maybe some of you are saying both, I am usually really good at training people, teaching people, or helping people to learn, or I have a lot of wisdom, or I have good experience and good skills. But right now, I'm feeling I'm not into it. So I'm kind of coming off negatively to my students. Okay. So it could be something simple, like doesn't mean you're abusing, but some people could be, manipulating or being mean to their students or something like that. So if this is coming up negatively for you, this is like, you need to take a step. This is one of those ones where it's like not okay to keep doing. And until you figure it out, like you need to stop until it gets figured out and then move forward. Because when you're dealing with people's learning in their mind and what they're picking up, and also trust, and so you need to respect those things. And maybe if you're not into it, maybe you need to take a break for a little while. But if this is coming up positively for you, you might be coming up on a time this month where you're training somebody, or you yourself are being trained and gaining knowledge, experience, and skills and wisdom. Okay, so the backdrop for you is passing on the knowledge, skills, experience, and wisdom that you have. Now, this could be professionally or personally. You might have one of your kids or one of your friends or somebody might say, I wish I knew how to do this. And you're like, hey, I know how to do that. Let me help you with that. I can help you with that. So this could be many things for many of you, but let's see how it breaks down with the cards. So let's go into physical. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords. So physically, your environment. It's like new. Okay, so maybe some of you have bought a home. Maybe some of you have moved, or revamped your home, or redecorated, or even it could be as simple as rearranging. And in your what's going to be going on for you, you got the victory card, the breakthrough card, the triumph card. Okay, so these are some pretty big words, and we have hope here. So this tells me that you might be getting some really, really good news this month, and you might be celebrating it in a way that is almost like overboard, because you've been waiting on it a long time and it feels like a breakthrough or a victory. Okay, in order for it to be a triumph, a breakthrough, or a victory, it really kind of has to be something big. So for you Tauruses, you might have a whole new scene, or you could be, if you're training somebody, you could be in a whole new you could be working at another location or in a new environment for temporarily. This has to do with new environments, and things you've been thinking about for a long time that are going to be coming to fruition and be like in your face this month. Okay. And then we're going to move on to the mental and emotional. Okay. Independent. So add the word thinking to this. Oh, and look, it's right here. Thinker. Because I said mental and emotional. So I'm thinking, like independent thinking. And then I looked and it said independent thinker. So look at this message. Breakthrough, independent thinker. See, this is why I love these cards. So maybe you've been waiting on this genius idea, and now it comes through. Okay? Because we got, the Nine of Pentacles. She can take care of herself. She doesn't need any help. She likes, she loves others, but she doesn't need them. Okay. So this is a life of ease. Okay. So where your thoughts, where your emotions are in, it's, how do I explain this? It's like your emotions and your thoughts are kind of like popping up like daisies right now. Okay. Emerging. They are growing. They are, flowing, I guess is the best word I'm getting for this. Flowing. Even though it's a Pentacles card. Normally that's not like flowing. That's like solid and slowly kicking on, steady and slow and steady. But this is more because we have the rapid Ace of Swords, coming in like a sword, air sign, quick, fast. This is kind of like pushing these to go faster. So it's like what you're doing physically is actually, it feels like it's backwards here. It's like what you're doing in your physical environment is pushing your thoughts. Okay. Usually it's thoughts leads to action, but this time it seems like your actions, like maybe you've been working on something for quite a long time and you finally had a breakthrough in that and you figured it out, and it has to do with something you're actually doing. Okay. A project, a plan, an invention, a song, a poem, whatever you're creating. And you finally did it. Okay. And so now it's like open the floodgates and everything's flowing. Now remember, we got breakthrough, independent thinker. So you're coming up with a unique idea. Okay. This is not something other people are doing. This is like something you're in your little microcosm you're going through right now. You're like kind of like something's triggering it, and then bam, everything comes at once. Okay. And so then we have in your spiritual card, we have the King of Swords, and it says, like we had thinker, pragmatist, okay, rational, share. So this is kind of, we have the Ace and then we have the King. So it's like December for you is going to be like boom, 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 you know, one thing, the next thing, and then something's going to grow for you. Okay. So I feel like, spiritually, this is kind of like, it's like you did it backwards. It's like you had something physical happen, or you did something, okay, created something or did something, and then it made you, and then it boom, it triggered your mind, and triggered your, it's like that feeling when you can't figure something out, and then finally you figure it out, and you're like, yes, I did that, and then you want to show everyone, look what I did, you know, it's that good, like, victory, triumph feeling, right? And so you're feeling like, oh, see, it says flourishing. So if it's, yeah, that's kind of like what I was feeling, like just popping up like daisies, these ideas, these things. It's like what you work so hard for is really showing right now in one way. Okay. So if some of you are having a hard time with money, that may not be the way that it's showing, but something good is going on for you. Okay. So spiritually, you went from like doing something and then to like figuring it out, like physically figuring it out, mentally figuring it out, and now it's like the last one. Normally it goes spiritual, leads to, you know, mental and emotional, and then that leads to physical, but no, you went this way. So it's kind of like, okay, this is all going on, so now what does this mean for who I am? Okay. What does this mean for who I am? So let's put this in some layman's terms instead of just words, okay? So say you're in a relationship and you're feeling like it's stagnant, or maybe it has been for a while, and either you have a sit down and the other person was feeling the same way and you both kind of laugh about it and figure out a plan, like, you want to be together, let's work through it, that's a breakthrough. Or you're saying, hey, this is it. I choose myself because, you know, this is not a good situation, so I'm choosing me. And that is a breakthrough. That's a triumph for you. And that's going to free up a lot of your time to do the things that, you know how to do, and that you're so well, versed in. And then it's kind of like, spiritually, you're kind of like, okay, so without all this, or with all this, whatever this is for you, not just a relationship, but whatever it may be, you're kind of like, who does that make me? What does that mean for my real purpose here? What do I believe about myself? Okay. And you're like rationalizing it. And maybe this, for some of you, it's kind of like you got a lot going on around you. Okay. Things are working out a little bit better this month for you. Maybe than last month. Because I'm feeling like maybe something last month you thought was in the tank, or that you were holding on to, is kind of like you're free of now, or is better now, or turned around. Okay. And then it's kind of freeing your mind to do the things that you know and love. Okay. And to be who you want to be. And so it's kind of like, maybe you're underplaying it for yourself. Maybe you're kind of like, selling yourself short here, because it says rational here. So it's kind of like, yeah, but it was no big deal. And you're like, on to the next thing, or, downplaying it. But don't, take credit where credit's due. Now let's get back to this teacher card, because I want to say one more thing. Okay, if this is negatively impacting you, it says manipulating or abusing students. What that means is, I don't necessarily think this card means that you're hauling off and, punching students, but what I do think it means is like your attitude, okay, and the way that you're looking at teaching, okay. It's like a chore, okay. So this, if I could write one word, chore, okay, and you need to absolutely take a break, okay. But if I think most of you are here, because I'm really feeling this one more, and it's the ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. So you may not think of yourself as a teacher, okay, but you, through this breakthrough, this victory that you did, this thing you figured out, this thing you reconciled, this big hurdle you jumped, okay? And, you then are an independent thinker, okay? And you're comfortable in it, which means tells me that once you figured it out, you get it 100%, and now you're ready to roll with it. And what this tells me is that there's other people that are interested in whatever this is for you. There's other people that want to know this, could use this, or it could change lives, okay? Or in a small way, it could be something that's very handy that other people are going to want that experience or are going to need to have that knowledge, okay? For what they're doing. So be kind to your students and try to be the teacher that is really good at communicating, because I feel like with you guys, you could, I feel like your communication, if you do it, with a happy heart, you can really, I think it'll go over well, and you'll really convey your message in a way where people will understand and feel good about it. And you're funny. I feel like laughter could happen a lot. If you really look at it in a positive way and know that you're impacting other people for the greater good. Okay?